What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pearl Media. In today's episode, we'll be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Let's get into it.
Hi.
Hello, what's that going on in the background? There's TV. That's got to go.
Yeah. You want me to turn it down?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like 20,000 people in here.
No, it's my daughter. Earlier,
Okay. All right, please turn it down because it's in the background. All right. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay.
Good. How old are you?
I am 35.
All right. So the question on the table is, why do the top 10, 15%, the thorough guys, why do the thorough men why should they be concerned with the bottom 80 to 85% of women think?
So I don't think they should. So I don't really want to speak about me much, but I have sons, and a lot of
Multiple?
yes, I
Okay.
have 2 different marriages. Yeah,
Okay.
2 by my husband and 2 by my current husband. Well, 2 boys by my first husband and a boy and a girl by my current husband.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff that you talk about, I tell them. A lot of people, like my family and my friends, they'll say like, "Why are you telling those boys that? Don't tell them." And I'm like, it's the truth. I don't know what you want me to say. I tell them about, women who are overweight. Now, I am 5'4". I'm 200 pounds.
Okay.
But I'm built a little different. I'm like an hourglass, so my weight is different. I carry it different. I do. But I talk to my boys about women that want to look nice. I get on them all the time about going to school with cold in their eyes and stuff in their teeth.
How old are your boys?
My oldest is 14. He'll be 15 in October. And I have a 13-year-old. He just turned 13. And then I have a 9-year-old.
Well, the difference is you're married.
What do you mean?
You're talking about your weight and carrying it differently. Your kids came from marriage. I got no problem with that. That's what it should be. And as far as your kids, you're supposed to tell your boys what's in the best interest of boys, in the best interest of men. And
Yeah,
the
I get mad
people
at the time for telling them stuff like that.
well, do they have daughters?
Yes, one of them actually is my mother.
Well, often, because if you tell your boys to set a standard, it's going to make it hard for girls to be lazy. I mean, I think if your mother went back and asked her mother or her mother's mother, a man would not marry a woman who didn't know how to cook or take care of a home, because what was the purpose? Men need a standard, and that's what we need, especially in the black community. A standard. 30 years ago, the black unemployment rate for men was, we were in the middle class at about a 43% rate, something like that. Now black men are in the middle class by a 64% rate. Black men are improving. And what we need is our women to continue to match pace with us. And then if you notice that as men have started to improve, women are this way and our families are doing this. You sound like you're trying to teach your boys in the right direction, but I got a question for you as a mother.
Okay.
How confident are you that when your boys are of age to marry and have a family, that they're going to have suitable women to pick from?
Because I literally drill it in them. And then I try my best. Now, it's very hard because I have 4 children, but I try my best to carry myself in the way that I would want them to pick women, if I'm
okay. But what I'm saying is, I'm not asking about your boys or what you teach them. I'm asking you about how confident are you that they're going to have a decent crop of suitable women to choose from?
Oh, because
do you think they will, or do you think they will not?
I think they should. I think they will.
Should? I think so. You think women? So you think women are training their daughters to be on your son's level?
I hope so.
No. That's the question I'm asking.
The women.
I'm asking. Do you think? I think this woman. I don't answer aspirationally.
Okay.
Because this is a real question. You can train your boys up to be right, but are there women training their daughters to be on your boys' level?
So again, I hope they are, but I am training my boys to know what to look out for. I tell them about the moms. I tell them, look at the mom, peep the mom, and
Okay, you're training them right. You're still going to your boys.
yes,
I'm sticking on the girls, and you say you hope.
I can't speak for them. I hope so.
Okay,
I hope
well,
their
what do you
mother-
see? What do you see when you walk outside with these young girls?
To be honest, I love all black girls, but to be honest, the ones who that I see are into riffraff and they look crazy and stuff. And
So the answer is no. Why can't y'all just say that? See, even what I'm showing is, listen, even what I'm trying to show you guys is, even as a black mother who has black sons, you still have a hard time holding women accountable. You can't even be. I've asked the question. Hold on. No, ma'am. Look in the comment section. Stop, ma'am. Everybody in the comment section. Everybody in the comment section is hearing the question. Women are saying, just say no. Every time I ask you, how confident are you are you confident that you're seeing these women? And you say, I hope so. I hope. Hope is not yes or no. Hope is not confidence. It's not, okay. If you want on an airplane, and I said, how confident are you that the plane you're getting on will not crash? Well, I hope it won't.
Oh no, I'm not very confident about that.
Thank you. Well, thank you. So what does that mean? If you're raising your boys to have a standard, and you can look around and see that these girls are riffraff or whatever, and you're not confident, then who are they going to marry?
So here's the thing. To be honest, let me be truthful for a second. And a lot of people don't agree with me. And I don't think that a lot of women that I know personally that have daughters, and people that I hear about that have daughters, are raising their daughters to be good women. They say the most stupidest things I've ever heard. Like, you need to get what a man is doing this, and and I'm like, well, what is she bringing to the table? What are you raising?
So who are you going to coach your boys to marry if this is going to be the women they have to pick from?
I have a saying when my sister makes fun of me. I told my son, I said, when you see a girl, when you start getting high school, you see a girl that you like, I said, make sure if everybody has, they say, free time, make sure you talk to the girl that's reading the book.
Did you hear the question I asked?
I did.
That's a general statement about women. How are you going? Okay, if you're not confident that women are raising their daughters to be suitable matches, see, that's the point. So here's what it is. See, listen, ma'am, go back and listen to this sector, because I think you're not really paying attention. But people in the comment section are listening, and you're answering, because it just shows that the sister code is so strong that y'all seem to have a problem just being real. The answer is, I'm raising my boys right, and I truly, in my heart of hearts, hope that women are raising their daughters right. But what I see is riffraff and this and that. And I ask you, well, what about when your boys are of age and they're out of process and it's time, and they come around and they're seeing adult women that are same riffraff? What you gonna tell them to do? Are you gonna tell them to pick from that riffraff?
No.
Then what's the alternative?
Keep looking.
Keep looking for who?
Keep looking for the woman that
Oh, I got a question for you. Would you be mad if they brought home non-black women?
No.
Okay.
No.
And I don't really advocate for that, but because here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Because I told she gonna come to my house and tell my son. My son was like, "Oh, I wouldn't care if I wouldn't care to marry outside my race." She was like, "What? Your mother told you that, didn't she?"
Here's the problem.
I was like,
here's the problem. Here's the problem.
My kids anything like that ever.
Here's the problem: that you as a mother cannot talk to the mothers of the young girls and tell them anything about raising their daughters. That's the problem. You can raise your son up right, but if the women cannot start talking to women about how they raise their daughters, your sons will have nothing to pick from. Mm-hmm. So if they have nothing to pick from the race, then what are they going to have to do? Go outside of the African American community, or marry somebody non-black? This is why this whole notion of mind your business for us doesn't work, because the boys have to have somebody to pick from.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not racist. I love all people. I'm perfect.
I would rather mothers like you who are raising your sons start talking to mothers or the daughters and say, "Hey, my boy's gonna have to marry. What you doing with your daughter?"
Now you know good and well that you can't talk to black women about
well,
that.
That's the problem. As long as y'all, I don't give a shit. 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 Y'all are gonna have to, no, you're going to have to, nope. If the answer is not, you guys got to check them. You can't, it's nobody else's job other than you as their sisters. Yep. I don't care if they get upset. I don't care. That's why I shut this shit up, because it was going to go into somewhere. I'm going to do my business and mind your business. Funk that.
And that's the problem with so many of these conversations. Instead of slowing down, listening, and actually engaging with the question, she immediately went into defensive mode. Kevin would ask something straightforward, and instead of answering directly, she twisted into something else and go off preaching like she was on a soapbox. That holier than thou attitude is exactly what shuts down real dialogue. What makes it worse is that at 35, you would expect more accountability, more awareness, and more humility, but she showed none of that. It was almost like she came into the conversation with a script, certain things she wanted to say, without ever truly engaging with Kevin's points. And here's the irony that really hit me. She admitted that single mothers don't even want their sons dating single mothers. That one line says it all. If even they understand how tough that situation is for a man, then why is it suddenly wrong when men in general say they don't want that for themselves? You can't have it both ways. This conversation is a perfect example of why accountability matters. If you're constantly talking over people, constantly deflecting, and constantly playing the moral high ground, you'll never get to the truth. Men are telling you what they want, what they're willing to accept, and what they're not. But if all you do is preach and dodge the question, you'll stay stuck. At 35, time isn't on her side anymore. This is the stage in life where clarity is necessary, but instead of clarity, she was just recycling excuses. And the fact that she acknowledged single mothers don't want their sons to repeat their choices, yet she couldn't connect that to her own reality, just shows how deep the denial runs. So here's my takeaway. Listening is just as important as speaking. If you can't answer a question directly, if you keep pushing your own narrative without hearing the other side, you'll never grow. Kevin tried to give her the reality check, but you can't teach someone who refuses to listen. That's my reaction to this one, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Was she dodging on purpose, or does she really